Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Heatherroseup. I am Heather. This is my channel where I document my weight loss journey while following WW. In this video, I will be doing a weight loss update. So if you'd like to see how I did this week, keep watching. Good morning, happy Monday. I couldn't find my usual white glasses this morning, so now I don't know. I like these two though. So it was a good weekend. It was a great weekend actually. Minus the gain that I got or had on Friday. If you didn't see last week's video, go check that out up here. Because of the gain, I got an increase in weeklies again, which is kind of nice because Saturday was the 4th of July, and we had more than our typical amount of food. Not bad. Tracked it all. Stayed within plan. I did not get a blue dot on Saturday. I did on Friday and Sunday. And now on a Monday I have 17 weekly smart points. But again, I have 7 more than I did the previous week. So if I still had the same amount of weeklies, if I didn't have that gain, I'd be at 10 weekly. So that's not bad. I might try to see if I can have 7 left over just to keep up that same amount of eating that I've been doing. But if not, I'm not gonna sweat it. That's what they're there for. So I weighed in on Saturday lunch, or Saturday afternoon after my lunch, and I weighed in for my weigh-in Friday morning, and I was up 3.6 pounds on Friday. I weighed in on Saturday after lunch, and I was down 3 pounds. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I got over my 6,000 steps in. Yesterday, I actually went walking with a friend in the morning. We went walking, and just as I was getting ready to start our walk, I started my timer on my fitness tracker, and battery died. The battery does last longer than any other tracker I've had, so I think I just thought it was going to live forever and forgot to check it. But she sent me a screenshot of her walk from her tracker, and we walked 3.64 miles. So more than just your average walk for sure. It was great. It was great to see her. My tracker shows that I got 5,000 something steps yesterday, so that doesn't count the 3.64 miles. I will check back in at some point this week and let you know how my week is going. Good morning, happy Tuesday. Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday, and I didn't go for a walk. I didn't get in 6,000 steps, but I believe that where I'm at, my average will still be 6,000 steps. Yesterday, I've been pre-tracking every day. I pre-tracked yesterday, and then later on in the evening, I stress ate, but not too bad. I went into the negatives in my weeklies, so I'm currently at -2 for my weeklies, and I'm a little discouraged about that, but I'm human. It is what it is. I've got a lot on my mind lately. Today is July 8th, and our superintendent of our town sent out a letter saying that we had to decide by this Friday Mind you, our children start school August 27th, but we had to choose by this Friday whether or not we're going to do distance learning or have them go to physical school. And they have limitations, but schools are crowded, and I have some reservations about that. And I'm a school bus driver, and our school buses will be running at full capacity. So my choices are to send my children to school or have them do distance learning. Now my 14-year-old can do distance learning at home while I do my bus routes, and then I come check on her in between them. But then my 9-year-old would have to go to work with me. So I'm not really sure if that would be the better of the two options. I really don't know. And then I emailed my boss to see if, considering the given circumstances, if that's going to even be allowed. So I'm a little stressed out about that. I know I'm not the only person in the world that's going through that. We all have these choices to make with our children going back to school. It's just a lot. So yes, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I was definitely a little bit more not as bubbly and disciplined yesterday as I have been, but I'm allowed those days, and I'm allowing myself to have those days. So I'm going to go home, and I'm going to finish pre-tracking my day, and I'm going to plan it out so I get 2 rollovers at least. So it is what it is. I don't regret, the choices that I made yesterday. I still made better choices considering, and I didn't go that far into the negative. It was just a few weeks ago that I was saying my goal was not to go further than 30 in the negative. So I'm proud of my progress, and it's okay to have these bumps. So water goals, still doing really well with that. And I'll check back in either tomorrow or Friday to let you know how my week is going. Thanks for letting me ramble about my concerns about my children going back to school. If you're a parent and having to make these same decisions, it's tough, but we'll get through it. And I'm going to continue to focus on my health and well-being so I can focus on my children's health and well-being in return. I'll check back at some point. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's nothing like waiting until the last minute to do my yoga. Happy Friday. Yes, I am wearing my own channel name, and I love it. Isn't it cute? It's all sparkly. Anyway, I also want to mention that by the time you're seeing this, tomorrow I will be picking the winner at random for my giveaway that was in this video. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you enter, and I have all the rules in that video. Yes, happy Friday. As you saw by the skin of my teeth, at the last possible second, I did my yoga workout. So we'll already check that off of the list of the goals that I was supposed to accomplish this week. I am still keeping up with the goal of pre-tracking. I have pre-tracked every single day, and actually I went into the app to kind of remember my app, and I went back to past update videos to see where I started with my pre-tracking. And this completed 4 weeks of pre-tracking every single day. So I think it's safe to say that I have built a habit now, and I just have to stick with it and stay disciplined as best as I can to continue with this because it's working. With my meal plans, I always plan out a week's worth of dinners, and that helps. So I will track that first and then kind of build off of that. If I decide that I'm going to have something indulgent, I'll track that next and then go off of that to see what else I have to work with for the rest of my day. Another goal that I had for myself was to get in 64 ounces of water a day, and I did not do that every single day. I'm going to insert my whiteboard picture here, and you'll see how I did with my ounces. There were a few days that I did get in the 64 ounces, but then there was a few where I struggled with getting over the 32 ounces. I did at least get the 32 ounces. For my step goal, my goal was to get an average of 6,000 steps for the week. And my average for this past week was 7,180 steps. So I definitely surpassed that goal, which I'm really proud of. I was thinking about it this morning, and I'm trying to remember when I went out for a walk, and I don't remember. I don't remember how many days. It was the majority of the week. I want to say it was 3 days. It might have been 4.
I went for a long walk with a friend on Sunday where I wasn't really actually able to even count those steps. So my goal, my average might even be more than that. But it's nice to feel that the walking that I'm doing, it really doesn't feel like I'm something that I have to do. I thoroughly enjoy it. I just have to work on the extra activity like the yoga, but I'll get into that later when I talk about my goals. As far as the points go, I did mention that I pre-tracked, and to stay on plan is also always the unwritten goal. And there was one day that I dipped into the weekly, I went into the negative in my weeklies, but the next day I made sure that I had rollovers to compensate for that. So I ended my week with one weekly smart point left over, and I was very happy about that. I went to my workshop this morning. This is the second week where I don't have my usual coach. She's actually off for a little while anyway. So when she does come back, I do plan on going to virtual workshops that she is going to be leading. I miss her. Not that the coaches that I've had weren't wonderful, because they were. It's just I'm so used to my coach, and she is such an inspiration to me in so many ways. So I'm still enjoying the virtual workshops. I'm just looking forward to seeing her again. Have I mentioned I like my coach? So how did the weigh-in go? I weighed in this morning at 189.4, which means I lost 4 pounds this week. I have never lost 4 pounds in a week since I joined Weight Watchers in February of 2019. And I'll be completely honest, I'm very happy and very proud of myself, because I have been working very diligently to make sure that I'm staying on plan. I did that last week too, and I had a significant gain. And my first thought when I saw that I had gone down was, oh, well, that's because of how things went last week. And, I really only lost 4.4 from the week prior. So I was downplaying my success this week. I'm sure, and I wanted to mention this because I stopped and I was like, wait a second, what am I thinking? I'm downplaying that I lost 4 pounds this week. Just because I had gained some the week prior doesn't mean that I didn't lose those 4 pounds this week. I worked out that this week, and I earned it, and I need to embrace that, celebrate that, and not poo-poo on it. Another thing that I want to mention, I thought of that as another time that I had that kind of thought process. When I went for a walk with my friend on Sunday, she is somebody that I go to my workshops with or have in the past, and I haven't seen her since the pandemic had started, and she said, "You look great." And my response was, oh, well, I still haven't lost all the weight that I gained during the pandemic. And she looks at me, she goes, will you take the compliment? And she was right. How often do we look at our successes, our small successes, our big successes, and say, oh, we could have done better? So my point to this is, I need to learn to take my own compliments along with other people's compliments, especially when it comes to the work that I'm putting into this. Do not downplay any single baby step you make in this journey. And when I say you, again, I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to somebody else who may be watching this and say, you know what, I do the same thing. Another thing that goes along with that is I just recently watched an update from Robbie, Freckett Fit Wolf. He has a YouTube channel, and it really resonated with me. And it was like I thought, and it just goes with this theme also. So if you haven't seen that video, go watch that video on his channel. I highly recommend his channel. So, I'm going to try to make an effort to stop and think about how I'm downplaying my baby steps and my big steps and kind of work on that. So yes, I had a significant gain this week, and I earned it. I worked on it. I earned it, and I got it, and I'm so happy to continue to move on. I knew last week, even with the gain, that if I trusted the program and just went with it, I would see a loss, and I did. My goals for next week. The first goal I have for myself is kind of a new one. The topic in the workshop today was cooking at home in different ways that we can do swaps and kind of help with planning and whatnot. I've worked on scheduling my snacks, but I want to make sure that I do have more food prepared, especially the 0 Smart Point foods to snack on. My goal this weekend is to do some food prep. Usually, I'm typically not a food prepper, so this is kind of new for me, but I want to make sure that I have some snacks on hand. I did already cut up some peppers. I want to make some 0 Point yogurt dip, and I also have some chips that I really like that are low in Smart Points, as long as you don't eat the whole bag. So my plan is to go through that bag and make smaller portion size bags so that I can just grab them and go and not be like, oh yeah, I think I had like 25 chips. And that'll help me with being more honest with my tracking. My next goal is to get in 64 ounces of water every day. I'm still struggling with that, so I'm gonna keep that as my goal and keep pushing forward. The next step I have is for my fitness goal. I got the food thing nailed down. I feel like I've got that healthy habits. It takes 3 weeks to make a habit, and I know that I've got that pretty much under my belt. I'm gonna continue with that though, obviously. But I know I need to up my physical activity game. I feel like I need to, and I want to work more at my physical activity. I have, actually tonight is weigh-in for the Felicia Keithley diet bet. So if I want to be able to make that money back that I put into it, I know I need to work a little harder and push myself. So my goal is to get an average of 7,000 steps next week. And next week I'm gonna do 2 days where I do a Yoga with Adriene workout. And then one day I would like to do some sort of dance activity, whether it's the Fitness Marshall on YouTube, a Zumba tape that I have, or a Leslie Sansone workout, something other than what I have been doing, just to make it interesting, fun, and increase my activity. So food prep this weekend, 64 ounces of water a day, average of 7,000 steps, 2 days of yoga, 1 day of a dance activity. It's a little bit of a leap. It's a little hard. It sounds a little hard, but I can do hard things. And this channel, you guys have helped me hold myself accountable. Every week I go through the days thinking, no, this is what I said to everybody, this is what I'm doing, so this is what I'm doing. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being there for me, your support. I went live last night and it was great to talk to. I had a little small group, but it was so good to talk to you guys on a more on a personal level, to hear your stories and how close you are to goal and where you are at and on your journey. I really enjoyed that, and I will definitely be doing that again. But this channel, bottom line, has helped me be consistent with holding myself accountable more than I ever thought it would. So something I thought of today and posted on my personal page and on my Instagram account. Find what works for you on your journey and hold on to it and don't let go. If it helps you, do it. If you're hesitant because you're worried about what other people will think, but part of you still wants to do it to see if it works, do it. I hope everybody has a great week. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can continue to follow along on my weight loss journey. If this video helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.